Okay, guys, I need to redo my setup. I don't know what's going on with my audio. It's driving me insane. I hope this works now. Hey all, hi, good morning. So, how is your weekend? Hope you are having a good weekend. Okay, so I've been so busy, like all through the year. That is why I haven't been doing my videos, my spaces, and everything else. But I'm less busy now because we're getting to summer. So hopefully I'll have some few weeks, on my own to be able to do other stuff that I love to be doing, which is content creation. It's a big part of it. And making videos, political analysis especially, is a big part of the things that I love to do. Okay, so hopefully this is all back for a good few weeks, especially for the summer break. So here I am, and I just wanted to talk about things that are happening in the political space. And one of the big news today is that NDLEA tells the High Court in Abuja to dismiss suits against Bola Tinubu, who is the president-elect or president-select, like some people would want to refer him to. So what's going on? I saw that news. I'm trying to find it ever since. I think I had read it in cable news earlier, but I was trying to set up and I lost the link. So I've been trying to find it again, so that to probably read it out, especially for the benefit of those who may not have seen it. So NDLA was arguing that they have a good relationship with the USA, and that if Bola Tinubu had any drug case in America, that they would have known about it, and that American drug agency also would have told them about it. And they also say that Bola Tinubu's name hasn't come up in any search about anything drug related, that even no matter how they mix his name, that they haven't been able to find anything. So they say that PDP suit is dead on arrival, and that the court should dismiss it. So I don't know, honestly. Personally, I was thinking, okay, how is all our agencies, or rather most of our agencies, becoming so sort of partisan, and then by now you all know what's going on with, I think I found it, INEC, and how the suit they also fighting, looks like they are also defending Tinubu or being on Tinubu's side. I don't know if is that allowed. Anyway, before we start talking about INEC, because that one is a big story for another day. So this one I'm talking about, which is NDLEA counters PDP's drug case in court. They say Tinubu was never prosecuted in the USA, so that's it. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to dismiss a suit filed by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, against President-elect Bola Tinubu. The PDP and Gino Malaye, chieftain of the party, had filed an order of mandamus to compel the NDLEA to arrest and prosecute Tinubu over an alleged forfeiture of funds relating to narcotics trafficking in USA. In a preliminary option filed on Wednesday, Joseph Sunday, director of prosecution of the NDLEA, said the application by the PDP and Malaye is incompetent and that the court lacks the jurisdiction to entertain it. The Anti-Narcotics Agency said the suit by the opposition party should be struck out because it is political in nature, adding that it is not in the interest of Nigerians. So I guess this is like a rough summary of what the NDLEA is about concerning this. They have said that suit by Dino Malaye and the PDP, that it is political in nature and that the court should strike it out because it is not in the interest of Nigerians. And this interest of Nigerians thing is something that's been coming up lately. And I begin to wonder, what exactly do they consider as being in the interest of Nigerians and not being in the interest of Nigerians? And how do they determine that something is not in the interest of Nigerians when no referendum has been carried out and Okay. What's going on now? Indictment of charge that the standard of proving civil forfeiture is based on the balance of has never featured in the exchanges we had with the United States of America. So according to them, they have done searches on Bola Ahmed Tinubu's name in so many acronyms. So according to them, that the name has never featured in any combination, whatever that they have used, that his name has never featured in the exchanges that they had with the United States of America. So NDLEA also said that Bola Tinubu's name has also not featured in the radar and database of the agency as a person arrested, investigated, or prosecuted in connection with drug or other related offenses. And this suit, I'm talking about the suit filed by PDP and Dino Malaye, as presently constituted, does not confer the court with jurisdiction, that the first applicant does not have local standing to institute this suit, as it does not possess interest peculiar to it and above the interest of all other Nigerians, that the suit is baseless, frivolous, and brought in bad faith, with the sole aim of achieving a political objective using the instrumentality of the court process, that the facts and circumstances of the case require the court to apply the doctrine of judicial self-restraint. So, in a nutshell, the NDLEA is telling the court that this suit by the PDP and by Dino Malaye is frivolous in nature and that they should pay no attention to it. So thereby asking the court to strike it out. And they continue to say that the order of mandamus must be applied in good faith to promote the public interest, that the order of mandamus should not produce an indirect or underlying result, that the suit was not a criminal indictment of charge, that the standard of proof in civil forfeiture is based on the balance of probabilities, that the standard of proof in a criminal indictment charges and the proceedings is proof beyond a reasonable doubt, that the burden... What's going on again? Also said that Bola Tinubu's name has saying that the suit that was filed by PDP and Dilo Malaye is frivolous, and that the court should not pay attention to it, especially because it is not in the public interest and the interest of Nigerians, for that suit to be heard. The NDLEA say that the application by the PDP is dead and legally unsustainable, adding that the court should dismiss the suit and with substantial cost. So that is where we are. One of the breaking news today, April 29th, that the NDLEA, they want the court to strike or to dismiss, the suit by PDP because they say it is frivolous. And as far as they are concerned, that Bola Tinubu was never prosecuted in the USA. So that's a rough summary, and it opens up a lot of questions. What do you think? What's actually going on in Nigeria? Is this supposed to be coming from a public, a government agency? Is this supposed to be their stand? Or are they doing the right thing? Or should they have done more? Or is it just what it is? Hey, Nigeria, I'm laughing, but I'm not. It's not even funny to me. But sometimes you just get so overwhelmed thinking about Nigeria and all the things going on, and you just think, okay, we'll leave it to God. But okay, I was going through Twitter, I think a few days ago, and somebody made a comment that actually just did touch my heart so much. And the person was saying that that the happenings of the last few weeks has made him, to rethink his faith. That he's just thinking and wondering, what does God not answer prayers? Just there are things that he has prayed about, and then he's just losing his faith in God. It touched me so badly because these are like some of the thoughts I've out, over the past few weeks regarding Nigeria. Sometimes you just wonder, okay, what is really, really happening here? Is there really no higher force, that could intervene in certain things? But then it's what it is, because if you also look at other parts of your life, you can tell that God is showing you that He is God, that He actually does exist. So is it worth now trying to doubt or having a second thought about it because of Nigeria? Anyway, guys, so that is it. So if you want to, this is a new app that I'm just trying out today. I think I've used it once before, but I'm still sort of trying to get my hands around how it actually works. So I'm trying to get the invite link, which I haven't been able to find. So I don't know if this app will actually allow me to invite people or not. I don't know. Oh yeah, I think I found it. Oh, cool. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this link and allow guests to co-stream this event today. No, you can have up to 6 participants at once. Oh, fair enough. Okay, so I'm gonna share this link. Okay, live chat. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna share this link here. Hopefully it shares on all the platforms. And if you want to join in the discussion, Okay, I just shared it, but it's not coming up. So if you want to join in the discussion, yeah, that's the link there. You can click and join. And if you're on Twitter and you want to join in the discussion, just request the mic and then I will let you in. So yeah, that's it shared. If you click on any of the link, you would be able to join me. Okay, so while I'm waiting for any of you who is interested in making their point on this matter or even on any other related matter that is going on right now in Nigeria, then feel free to join in whichever platform that. Stupid thing. Why do you keep stopping, man? It's wasting my time. That the order of mandamus should not produce an indirect symbol. I am not. It's not very funny to me. We'll let you in. So yeah, that's it shared. If you click on any of the link, you would be able to join me. Okay, so while I'm waiting for any of you who is interested in making their point on this matter or even on any other related matter that is going on right now in Nigeria, then feel free to join in whichever platform that you are. Okay, so still on the NDLEA, news. So there's an update that says NDLEA lists legal grounds why it can't arrest or prosecute President-elect Bola Tinubu anyway. So I think it's still the same thing they said about how they have done a search and his name has not appeared. We would like to show you notification for you. His name has not appeared in any of the searches that I have made, So I'm trying to see. Do not have a focus standing. They do not possess an interest peculiar to them and above the interests of all other Nigerians. Yeah, this is just what we had seen earlier. So that is the stand of the NDLEA. I would like to hear what you think. I would like to hear what your stand is. I would like to hear if you think that the NDLEA are on the right track on this matter, or what you generally think about the whole thing going on. So some of the responses I can see here on Twitter, just a few people responding. Somebody says, Gino and PDP want NDLEA to arrest Aswaju over a case that he waived his immunity to be tried as governor for and was given a claim deal. There must be a limit to clowning. The NDLEA is a serious agency. Doesn't need any distractions from sore losers. Okay, so that's somebody's view. Another person says PDP is not serious. Asking an organization headed by a man whose daughter now works for the man, the man you want to have arrested. Oh, well, well, let's see how this plays out exactly. And somebody says Nigeria, country of the highest bidders, somehow. And the other person thinks NDLEA just gave all Nigerians an insight to how the judiciary will go. You all should read the full statement. And this person says, my own is that Buhari should legalize drugs and disband NDLEA before handing over to Tinubu. Okay. And the other person thinks that Nigerians speak big grammar when they want to cheat and they spend things away. And we all know that you can't do that since you have received your own share of corruption. You see, that is the what actually pains me about where we are just now in Nigeria. Nobody seems to have faith in the country. Nobody has faith in the judiciary. Nobody has faith in the police. Nobody has faith in the media. Nobody has faith in anything, that has to do with Nigeria. Everybody just thinks like this case now that's gone. Oh, hello. So this case now, oh my God, Mommy, looks like I'm not even talking because nobody has faith in it. But I don't want to think that way. I want to sort of give them a chance because we can't just sit here and predict to say that the judiciary that the case is going to go this way or that way when it hasn't even started and we haven't even, heard anything. So I think it's fair that we probably have an open mind and give the judiciary a chance. Even though personally, if you ask me, the Nigerian judiciary, they need to redeem themselves, honestly. Just so much has gone wrong that it's so bad that people don't have any faith in judiciary. And it used to be said that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man, but it doesn't seem to be like that anymore in Nigeria because a lot of the common people don't even have any faith in the judiciary. Just they don't think that they will be able to get justice from the judiciary. And you can imagine when a country is that bad that people have to start thinking like that, because the judiciary should be like the last hope, the last place. Like if anything has gone wrong or you have problem with anybody, you think, okay, at least we'll go to court and the court will give me justice. But if we go to the point where people are thinking even that somebody would hurt you or steal from you and tell you go to court, it's ridiculous. Somebody steals from you and then the person turns around to tell you, go to court now. Because that person is thinking if you go to court, you're just wasting your time because the court is going to favor him or her anyway. So it's that bad. And this person says, how about the drug found in I don't know where, NDLEA didn't say anything about that case again. Oh, okay. The drug found somewhere, probably they're referring to the case where a drug, they say they found drugs worth something billion and that it was burnt, and no more stories behind that. Nobody to have received your own share of it. And it used to be said that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man, but it doesn't seem to be like that anymore in Nigeria because a lot of the common people don't even have any faith in the judiciary. Just they don't think that they will be able to get justice from the judiciary. And you can imagine when a country is that bad that people have to start thinking like that, because the judiciary should be like the last hope, the last place. Like if anything has gone wrong or you have problem with anybody, you think, okay, at least we'll go to court and the court will give me justice. But if we go to the point where people are thinking even that somebody would hurt you or steal from you and tell you go to court, it's ridiculous. Somebody steals from you and then the person turns around to tell you, go to court now. Because that person is thinking if you go to court, you're just wasting your time because the court is going to favor him or her anyway. So it's that bad. And this person says, how about the drug found in I don't know where, NDLEA didn't say anything about that case again. Oh, okay. The drug found somewhere, probably they're referring to the case where a drug, they say they found drugs worth something billion and that it was burnt, and no more stories behind that. Nobody told us where the drug came from, where it was going, who has it, just no backstory. All we heard is that it's been burnt. And this other person thinks, at this point, I doubt if there is any ministry or parastatal in the country Tinubu cannot buy and leave everything for God. This is what I was saying about how you get to that point where in Nigeria and things about Nigeria, you're just so frustrated with it and you think, okay, I'll just allow God to do his thing and leave it to God. Because the way the parastatals, the ministries and all that, the way they are now sort of being partisan. In fact, I think a few weeks ago, the police, I think the police command, one of the police command in Nigeria, their Twitter account had made a comment on David Hunde's, one of David Hunde's posts, and that comment, whoever that is handling that Twitter account, it couldn't hide their support for the APC and their disdain for obedience and their disdain for David as a person, and it was just, you just can't believe how somebody, a Twitter account of a government institution could be so partisan, and they could respond to a citizen like that. So and I remember also before the election that there was this something also going about on Twitter, how the Twitter account of of INEC had liked a post that somebody made against. I think it was APC that made that post against P2B, and that INEC Twitter account liked that post, So just some of these things just make you wonder. Okay, how can you find justice in a country like that, where institutions that are supposed to be neutral, institutions that are supposed to work for everyone, seem to be aligning to one side or one party in the country? It's not a healthy situation. That is so unhealthy, and I won't blame people when they begin to lose faith and lose trust in what's going on in Nigeria, especially in the judiciary, because the same Nigeria is where we have a Supreme Court governor, especially, that's a case, a good case where we have somebody who came forth, was installed as over the people that came first, second, and third, and he became the governor in Imo State. So you wouldn't just blame people when they begin to say that they don't have any trust or faith of getting justice from the judiciary. Okay, so somebody also said he can escape NDLEA, but Tinubu will not escape for court. Atiku's petition was filed before the election. I'm sure NDLEA will be ashamed of that response after seeing Obi and Atiku's election petitions. The petitions are too tight. But does not have any easy escape route. Okay, so that's what that person says. And the next person says, which legal grounds do you need? The US documents are not evident enough, or the video in circulation cannot be investigated. It won't be better for this NDLEA organization. So you can just see the thought and anger, and the mistrust from people, from the way they comment and respond to some of these things. It's quite unfortunate where we are, like I said earlier, because it's so obvious that most of the government agencies are just in support of PDP, which one could say, oh, well, because PDP is the ruling party. But then, are they supposed to be taking that position where they are sitting? Is that where they're supposed to be sitting? Are they not supposed to be working for every party in the country or everybody in the country, irrespective of which party one identifies themselves with? So I don't think it's right when police Twitter accounts, start liking comments made, posts made by APC against other members of other parties or presidential candidates of other parties, or when the police Twitter account start responding to people's posts and calling them disobedient and all things like that. I really don't think it's right. Okay. We'll have to call it a day. That's my 30 minutes for today. Done. Okay, so guys, I hope to see you again so soon. I know I say this all the time after every broadcast. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do this more often. We're gonna do this more often. I know I've said that so many times, but this time around, it's gonna be different. Trust me. So I'm not gonna say it again, just in case. But then I hope to see you again soon. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend, and this